Welcome to Morning Couch Talks with Steffi. Just kidding. But yeah, I got that just rolled out of bed look going, but sometimes I just feel called to make a video. And this one, I wanted to just do very quickly about hopium. So, if you say that Earth is a school, right, and they're mind wiping us, how would you ever learn if you're mind wiped, right? I said this so many times. But then on top of that, aren't you just using that as an excuse to have hopium? So being in this world, no matter what religion you are, you have something called savior programming. We all have it. Nobody escapes this. And it's something you need to heal from and move on from. I'm going to say it again. Nobody is coming to save us. The Galactics aren't flying down in their ship. It's just not going to happen. Okay? Now, do I believe that there's going to be some assistance? Not until we realize just how powerful we are and that we are the ones that change this. What is that saying? God helps those who help themselves. God helps those who help themselves. I believe, this is, of course, all speculation, everything I say. But I believe there's lots of evidence that support this, that we came from somewhere else. I believe that this realm was in a high state at one time. I also believe there are certain people that chose to reincarnate in its lower state to teach people and help other people. I do believe that. I don't like the word starseed. I'm going to be straight. I just don't. And I don't like going around thinking like I'm special and other people are special that are like me, that seem to have a lot more knowledge than people who are sound asleep and think that the government cares about us and loves us and just wants to do good for us. Okay, then. Yeah, sure. So it's just really, really, I guess, heart-wrenching for me to see people with those rigid belief systems completely mind-controlled, completely programmed. And again, we are all mind-controlled to some degree. You don't know how deep your own programming goes, and that includes me. Okay? I did get out of savior programming, though, and I'm going to pat myself a little bit there because Trump wasn't saving us. Q wasn't saving us. This is a higher dimensional thing. It's not going to be from people like that. That's just a play with the bad actors playing out, and Trump is part of that. Again, feel free to get offended. Feel free to shut this video off. I have no problem with any of this. You know, you're entitled. But I do want to mention, last night I watched a video from my friend Mark at ForeverConsciousResearch channel. He does the Soul Trap NDE videos. And there's a guy, Dan from the Overwatch channel, and he talked about the dude from Open Your Reality. And I'm going to use him. His name's Chad. It's a very popular channel. And why I'm going to use him as an example for savior programming. Okay. So I don't think he does like the white hats thing or any politics, and which is good at this point, right? But what he does do is he tried to act like he wanted opposing views of what he believed on his channel. So he had Howdy Mikowski on, who's also a Soul Trap guy, and he had Tony Sayers on, which is also a Soul Trap guy, and also the gentleman that trained me to do the work that I currently do, which is entity attachments, etheric attachments, things that the Matrix throws at us to throw us off our game. I don't do traditional Reiki anymore, and this is the work that I've been trained to do by Tony. So he kind of fits my perfect sort of model, because he works at both. He does the Soul Trap stuff, or talks about it. He talks about how New Age is so infiltrated and so la la land, everything's wonderful, we're all gonna fly off in the great ship and the galactics are coming to save us. All bullshit, by the way. And so he definitely resonated with me at a time I didn't know what to do and what I thought or what I believed. And then I realized that that's what I felt in my heart. So anyway, getting back to Chad from Open Your Reality. So he has all these people on, and then he loves Tom Campbell, which, by the way, I don't know if you guys know who Tom Campbell is, but he's the guy that was friends with Bob Monroe. And I talked about the Monroe Institute before and the Lush Garden. And Tom Campbell, by the way, who works for NASA, yikes, is a fucking Agent Smith. Okay? And this guy, Chad, worships him. Worships him. You can look at this guy. He gives me a level of creep factor that I can't even begin to tell you. The creep factor is like off the charts. Anytime anyone brings up the Lush Garden, Bob Monroe, about, this being a soul trap, he poo-poos it, and basically that's what the guy Chad wants him to do. Why? Because Chad is a hopium guy, and I don't deal with hopium people. Okay? I have friends who are still in the hopium land, and that's okay, because I was already friends with them, and they're important to me to keep in my life, and we agree to disagree, and we're still friends. However, this guy makes no sense at all. None. See how fired up I'm getting? And then just the look of disgust on his face when he passed a remark that Howdy Mikowski was on his show, and he got more views on that particular episode than any other episode he had. I believe that's what he said. I could be wrong, but I know it was a lot of people watched it. Why? Because people are even fucking waking up to this shit. There was no grid taken down. The soul trap is still in place. It always has been. You're in a hell realm. Hello? Just fucking aggravating. So aggravating. So this idiot, I'm sorry. It's getting ugly. I need to calm down. This gentleman, I'm sorry for calling him that, is like, basically, he said, Hattie McCaskey was my best, whatever, I got the most views. But he made this, I can read people's emotions. I can read what faces they make and what that means. I've actually studied this as a science. And I also can get telepathically what's going on. And the look of disgust, of utter disgust on his face, if you're being non-biased, like if you're saying, like he said to Tom Campbell, I'll give you an example. Howdy Mikowski, who for some reason was the most views I ever had on my channel, says that this is a soul trapper. And he had this look of utter disgust. Mark from Forever Conscious froze the actual look on his face. And Dan from the Overwatch channel said the same thing, like about reading emotions. And it was basically, he was poo-pooing it. Well, you're not having an unbiased look at that whole soul trap thing or having Howdy on, because it obviously on your face is saying that you're disgusted by the whole thing. Well, why did you even have him on? What, you can't handle it? Because he's a hopium guy. Fuck hopium people. Okay? So, now he's putting out videos. And listen, I don't want to be that girl who bashes other people's videos. I don't want to be the call-out girl. I really don't. I'd rather just say my own personal opinions. If you resonate with it, keep watching my channel. I literally have like 66 subscribers, so there's nothing's going to be taken down, at least with censorship, at least not yet. And I highly doubt I'm going to have 400,000 subscribers. But for the people that do resonate, let me know what you think in the comment section. Please like, share, and subscribe. And have a great day.